People's stuff I will be able to see. Comments
Exactly.
on the comments on YouTube, I'll be able to see. Um, all right. Peace and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Yananomics Life. No, it's not a lifestyle elevation chat. Actually, it's a Teach Me Tuesday workshop. The home buyers the home buying process. Let me just slow that. Again, I am your host, Empress Ayana. This is Yananomics Podcast. Teach Me Tuesday workshop, the home buying process, facilitated by Miss Nasha Rhone. Peace, Nasha. Welcome.
Thank you very
How
much.
you
I feel
doing?
very welcomed. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So I'm
That's so
super
good.
excited to be a part of this and kind of share some information about the home buying process and try to see if we can get as many people excited about purchasing a home as I am.
Yes, absolutely. So please do tell the people a little bit about yourself, sis.
Yeah, so I'm Nasha Rhone, broker and consultant of Realizing Homes LLC. That is my very own brokerage. I just opened my own brokerage about a year ago, but I've been an active real estate agent for about 8 years. So I'm excited about that. Um, a little bit about me and my background. I'm basically centered out of Hartford County. So I'm a mother of three. And so I really am excited about speaking about the home buying process, especially working with first time home buyers. So,
Yes, I love that. We'll get into a little bit of a conversation afterwards, but I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited that you're going to be presenting on such an important topic that really helps us to build and keep generational wealth. And obviously we'll get into it later, but I'm excited. So thank you so much for like agreeing to do this, for even allowing me to create your presentation for tonight. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I appreciate you too. I've been supporting for a very long time. Is long. How many years is it? The first time
It's
I went.
been a while. Like since
It's
I think
been
we met at the thing Whitney did a while back
like
on
5, 6 years ago.
yes, it was a while back. Yes,
We
yes.
that long ago, and I've stayed with you on Facebook, through all of your transition, everything like that. So it's pretty cool. I
Thank
love to see
you.
everyone grow and reach out and kind of really fulfill what it is that they're looking to in their business. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, it is so nice to connect with folks who are on the same frequency with you. We're going in the same direction. Have our respective, journeys that we're on, but I'm just so excited and I feel so blessed and so honored to have been connected. And it really is a true testament to the fact that we're both, on our true paths, and everything.
yeah,
So,
still
yes, I'm
here,
so
still
excited.
standing strong, keeping it right.
Yes, absolutely. And just keep on elevating and getting better and better every day. People think that, it's going to be one thing and then boom, you hit them with something else and it's a whole nother thing.
Right.
So, it's going to be continual elevation. So, this is one step. Y'all make sure you just keep on staying posted to what we have going on here. Stay posted and keep following Nasha because this is just one step, y'all. So, I'm going to turn the floor over to
All
somehow.
right, thank
I'm gonna
you.
get this one together.
All right. So, yes, we talked about it. I'm Nasha with Realizing Homes. We're going to talk about the home buying process and just really a brief overview of the step by step process, kind of what it takes to purchase a home and some of the requirements that you should have in place before you start looking to buy a home. So, all right. So, we're going to go into our slideshow here. So a little bit again about my brokerage. I was established in 2015. We are a full service real estate solutions firm. I'm a very straight to the point person. Sometimes that can be off putting to people, but I tend to have a very direct approach to things. And it's really, one of my core characteristics. I always give an honest opinion about the home buying process. I really try not to push anyone into purchasing a home. But if it's a sound, good financial decision for you, I genuinely believe in the investment of real estate. And I genuinely believe that that is this one of the stepping stones to building generational wealth within your family. Um, what separates me from other brokers is I always say I give my direct one-on-one attention. You're working directly with me. It works for a lot of people. I don't have a big team of people that I pass you off to. I work directly with you one-on-one. I'm from the start of the home, showing you the house itself, writing the contract, working with you through the attorneys, working with you through the inspections, working with you through any lending issues that you may have, and ensuring that we're getting to the closing table and that everything is running smooth and seamlessly as it can be in the process. So I would say my mission statement is together we can make home ownership a reality. Some of the areas that I do specialize in as a certified manager of community associations. I have my CMC designation, and that's an international designation that allows me to oversee, or I have fulfilled the requirements of overseeing condo complexes and those intricacies that come with understanding how condo associations run and what is required of them, when purchasing a condo. My short sale and foreclosure resource. I am a resource for short sales and foreclosure. So I'm hoping that maybe in the next month or two, I can get back again for Teach Me Tuesday and talk a lot about short sales and foreclosures and really understanding them and seeing what works best for you. If you ever do come into a situation where you are short on the mortgage or you may need to go into foreclosure. And then my favorite is I'm accredited buyer representative, and this designation says that I have taken extra steps to train myself, really understanding what buyers need, what their wants are, and making sure that we are working together to get you into homes on the buyer side. So those are some areas that I specialize in, and I'm really excited about all of them all the time. All right. So, step one in the home buying process when you're going in to purchase your home is you want to meet with a real estate professional. You want to meet with a real estate professional, kind of lay out the map, so to say, of what is going to take to buy a house. And so when you're meeting with a real estate professional, you want to kind of talk about certain things: style, what type of home you'd like, if there's any preference, price, and location. When I'm working with clients, one of the things that I do is I give them a perfect buyer's packet that I have here. And in this packet, it gives a lot of helpful information. It really talks about real estate terminology. Sometimes when you're working with agents and lenders and people in the industry, we have a lot of acronyms and a lot of terms, and it's very easy to professional to professional to throw words around and not really understand them. I was a first time home buyer, and so everyone, if they've purchased a home, it's the first time for them. And so sometimes you may not understand all the terminology. And so one things that I do in this perfect buyer packet is give about 3 to 4 pages worth of real estate terminology to really help you break down and understand some of the language that's being used, because it is a legal document that you are signing. There is a lot of responsibility with becoming a homeowner financially on you. And so you want to make sure that you're fully understanding what it is that is being discussed and what is required of you. Also in this packet, I give a buyer questionnaire. And this buyer questionnaire form is really good because it starts to talk about the types of general questions that you may have, but I really like it because it starts to get people to think about things that they may not necessarily have thought about. When you decide that you want to become a homeowner and you're like all excited and you're working to get pre-qualified, you may not necessarily think, do I want my laundry room on the first floor or do I want my laundry room on the second floor? A garage is a must have, two bathrooms is a must have. And so in this questionnaire, these general questions really help guide us so that you can really get your dream home and fulfill everything it is that you're looking for. It talks a lot about financing, understanding the financing process, understanding lenders if you're working with the lender, if it's not a cash transaction. And then it gives a house hunting checklist in the back of it because what'll happen is we're going through homes. We're going to see a lot of homes sometimes, especially when I work with my first time home buyers. They tend to look at more homes than someone who's a second time homeowner because they kind of really they don't really know what it is that they want. It's their first time, so on average you're looking for a few more homes on a first time home buyer, and that checklist really helps keep things aligned to help you remember what you liked about maybe the first or the second home that you saw, or maybe the third or fourth home that you saw, and helps compare those good qualities that you like. Okay, so style, price, and location. Right. So then the next thing you do want to do is after you meet with a real estate professional, you talk about the type of home that you're looking for. And you're including your style, price, and location. You do want to get pre-approved. You want to meet with a qualified lender. I work with several reputable lenders that will pre-qualify you for a loan. So knowing what you can afford is critical to success of home shopping and the home buying experience. Absolutely. You're going to need your pay stubs, typically 2 years of W-2s and bank statements. And that information gets sent over to a lender. And then the lender is going to pre-qualify you. They'll talk to you about your personal financial situation, and they'll give a pre-qualification letter to you. And in the pre-qualification letter, they will determine the terms of your loan, which is like the length of the loan, usually an interest rate, and then the amount of the loan that you can afford. And then usually you take that letter, you give it to your real estate agent, and then we are off to search for homes. So your agent will schedule showings to help you find the perfect home. The fun part. It is the fun part. It's an absolute fun part for me because I love going into homes. I always see something new. I always like to look at the different style of homes. A lot of different homes are, more antiquated. Where new construction is good too, but those aren't my favorites. But it's really the fun part because I consider that the best part of the home buying process because it's like going shopping. I get to say, yay, we're going shopping. We get to look at all these homes. You really get to decide what it is that works well for you and your family. So that's step 3. Step 4 is, yes, you make an offer. So once you found the home that you like, I would even say before making an offer, what you'd want to do is, and this is a critical part, and I find that sometimes with newer agents or newer people in the industry kind of almost get skipped, because what happens is you want to do a visual inspection of the property, and that visual inspection of a property is going to determine really what your offer is going to be. And so if you want to have a seasoned agent to have the ability to go around the property and take a look and say, this potentially may be an issue. This, is something that we should ask the seller or the seller's agent to provide us with more information. And so you have to have that critical eye as part of, like I said, my core characteristics, which is being straightforward and direct. What is this? What's going on at the property? And not have someone to just try to sell you something, to keep you moving forward. And so then once we do that, visual assessment, you do want to make an offer. And so you're going to prepare the offer based on the price and terms you choose, right? And so one of the things I do, and I'm sure a lot of other agents do, is we provide comparative market analysis. And so that allows us to determine what has sold in the area. Typically, I do within the last 90 days. So the last 90 days, I take a look and see what's sold in the area. And that's how I base the price of the house as well as the type of terms that my buyer is looking for. So terms vary depending upon the type of financing you're getting. And they also vary depending upon your closing date, when you'd like to close, and other things that can be concerning. So once we do that, we are going to submit the offer, and we want to see if it gets accepted. And so that's when our negotiation and contract take place. It says it may take a few tries to get right, but hang in there, you're on your way. Very true. Sometimes when, especially in this past market, your first offer, you say you found your house, I say don't get too attached because our contract still has to be accepted. So sometimes you're going to see a home, you're putting in several different offers, and it takes a few tries to kind of get your contract to stick. The important part of selecting a good agent, a good broker, is that they have the ability to negotiate on your behalf. They're going to ensure that the terms in the contract are attractive to the seller's agent. And so there's a couple of tricks of the trade that we have when we're submitting contract, and a seasoned, well-educated agent would be able to put those terms in the contract to make your offer look more attractive to be accepted, which is the goal. You found the house, you want to get your contract accepted. Yep, and your real estate professional will inform you of all your rights and responsibilities in the contract. It's time to obtain financing, as well as a time to inspect the physical condition of your home, right? So in the contract, typically you ask for, I always tell any client that I work with, unless they're a seasoned investor or they're a contractor themselves and they understand the home intricacies, the mechanicals and everything, to always get a home inspector, because in home inspection is going to do just that. They're going to, they should pick up on little things that, as a professional in their industry, as a home inspector, things that myself as an agent or you as a regular home buyer may or, may not see. So it's always important to get an inspection. Unless you're an investor or you're a contractor, you're in the industry. Yep. So we're negotiating the contract. We're under contract. In the contract, there's certain timelines that your agent will have to guide you through. And so there's mortgage contingency dates, there's the home inspection dates, there's earnest money deposit dates. There's a whole bunch of timelines that you have to follow. Your agent should prompt you and really remind you of them, so that you don't fall out of your contractual obligation and risk jeopardizing your deposit, or losing the house that you want, putting in an offer. So the final details: perform due diligence, order the appraisal, conduct an inspection, and review terms with the lender. Especially now with these interest rates changing, definitely make sure that you are working with the lender. I'd probably say I'm doing this step when I'm working with my buyers Probably like at step 2 because the interest rates have been so up and down and all over the place. I really want to make sure that the clients that I work with are okay with the terms with their mortgage amount, because sometimes that can affect, several $100 a month. And so we want to make sure that, those interest rates and the terms of the loan itself really align with your long-term goals. And I always say this to my clients. I say, I'm your realtor, I'm here for you, but you have to live with this home and this loan long after I'm gone. So you have to make sure that it works well with your family, that you feel comfortable, entering into this contract, and that you have asked all the questions that you've needed to ask. Um, all right, so let's see here. The closing, yes. Excuse me. So the closing is the transfer of funds and ownership. A title company or attorney typically acts as an independent third party to facilitate the closing. Absolutely. So during the closing, right, that's the second part of the best fun time, because you're at the closing table. During that time, in between that time, title searches, your attorney, everyone that has been part of this transaction, it's all coming to an accumulation. It's coming to a head, and you're going to close, and hopefully you're going to get your keys on time. And the attorney will really walk you through that. They'll tell you, what your closing costs are, if you got any funds that are being wired in from any other third party entities. There's some great programs out there now. I know CHFA has a time to own now, and so they're offering a good amount of money to purchase a house. And so it's really about educating and understanding what loan officers and lenders have to offer, what programs are out there, and really what works best and suits your needs as an individual and as a homeowner. And I think that that's important so that you can feel comfortable, throughout the transaction. So I think that's my last slide. Yes. Thank you. Contact me today. This is my email address, my website. I wish I would have put my social media handles on here so that anyone watching could follow me. But or maybe I should let me give out my social media handles now. So if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram, it is real estate underscore anytime. That's on Instagram. And then let's see here.
Peace.
I don't
Yes.
even know
Good
my
evening,
own. Oh,
everyone.
hold on. Okay. Okay. So on Facebook, I'm Nasha Rhone, a hyphen real estate professional. So on Facebook, it's Nasha Rhone hyphen real estate professional. And on Instagram, it is real estate underscore anytime. So that is the brief nuts and bolts of the home buying process. So I'm
Yes.
not able to see like any comments on my end. So I don't know if
Yes.
any. Okay. I don't know how to work
So
StreamYard.
yeah, okay, so the way that it works with this particular platform is I can see the comments and
Oh,
any
okay.
questions or whatever. So far, we have one comment. And Rashidi says, "This is good information to know, a good step-by-step
Thank
guide
you.
on how it works." Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah,
I thought it was excellent.
we should do one together. I want to do short sales and foreclosures because I just want to talk about it. I came across a short sale in one of my transactions, and I got a lot of information, and that's where I went and got that designation from. And so, if there's anyone out there, I just figure it's helpful information. So we should get together on that one too.
Yes, so y'all definitely should get together. And I know we got to get together, do some virtual assistant stuff. And,
Yes.
like, I just love it, the synergy, like how everybody's coming together. And So we have a comment.
My kids should be watching. Are you guys watching? All
Are
three of my
y'all
daughters,
watching? Are y'all watching?
should be on here.
The question is, can you talk a little more about short sales and how they work, or comment?
Yeah, I wanna do a whole the whole podcast, the whole Teach Me Tuesday on it. But just briefly, a short sale is basically when you owe more on the mortgage than what you can sell the house for. And so there's a couple of options that you have. I work really closely with some investors and some wholesalers, and so there's a few things. I probably should bring on this guy that was just reaching out to me too. But there's a couple of things that you can do to try to, prevent you going into a short sale. We don't see too much of that in this market just because the it was crazy. Houses were
So is a
going.
short sale a negative thing, or is it a positive, or does it all depend?
It does have a negative impact on your credit, but it's a little bit less negative than a foreclosure.
Mm.
So, if you went to the bank and you said, "I'm taking out a loan for $200,000 for this house," and then you still owe $200,000, but you were only able to sell it. Let's say the market would only bear at that time maybe 150,000, then you're short on that loan 50,000, and the bank
Mm.
has to approve it. So the bank has to approve the release of the title and everything like that. So
Oh, okay, I
we'll
see.
get really into depth next month because I learned a lot. So I'm
I
happy
love
to.
it. And I love how Nasha's been like scheduling herself for the podcast, right? She's like, okay, so next month, I will be on there and this is what we are gonna talk about. And I'm like, okay, I'll be there.
Do a
Okay.
whole series.
Um, I love it. Like you ready. And I love the energy. Like 100%. You're taking
Yeah.
full control of your destiny when it comes to what you're doing and
This
stepping out on your own. And I think it's beautiful. And I support you 100%. Like
this
keep
why
that
I
energy,
love talking
sis.
to you because you are so positive. It's like you know how to say you need these. I need this person in my life because
Yes. Oh, I love it.
I'm
I
people
freaking
talk
love
like
it.
that, but I was like, she'll be like, no, Nasha, no.
No, yeah, you are here. I'm here for it all, girl. I'm here
Mhm.
to be like, no, mm-mm. Or yes, sis, get it. So listen, we have a question.
Yes,
Denisha asks, should I get pre-qualified before reaching
Denisha.
out to you? Denisha,
That's how.
Denisha asks, oh, that must be your baby.
Yeah.
Denisha. Ain't nobody but a mama gonna correct you about somebody's name, right? Okay. Excuse
Oh,
me.
I named her right now.
Yeah, that's mad funny. Okay. So she asked, should I get pre-qualified before reaching out to you to start the home buying process? That's a great question,
Yeah.
Denisha.
It is. And I always say, reach out to me first because I'm able to direct you to lenders that I've worked with. Lenders I know offer certain packages. There's certain lenders that have access to, I talk about now the CHFA time to own because we're in Connecticut. So there's certain lenders that have access to that program and there's certain lenders that don't. And so I would say reach out to me first so I can kind of get an understanding of what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Do you have a large down payment? No. Are you struggling with your credit? Do you need some help in that area? We can really strategize about what it is that you need to get to home ownership, and then we can reach out to some lenders that I have worked with. So good question. Yay.
Yes, that was a great question. So I love talking about the style of homes, right? And
Right.
you talked a little bit about how you love the antiquated look in the home and things like that.
Mhm.
Me
Yeah.
too. I love all the personality that comes with a home that has been, like that was built a long time ago. And it's just something really special about those elements because homes are not made like how they were once made.
Yeah.
And I know for me, one of the things that is important to me when I am ready to buy a home and that I love about the home that I'm in is a south facing home. A home that takes in all the sun and
Mhm.
everything. So for me, the style like has to be one that is unique,
Mhm.
open, gets plenty of sunlight. Like that's so important to me. I do not do well in the winters. And so a home like the one that I'm in, getting all that sunlight, that natural sunlight all throughout the day is so helpful.
Yeah.
Especially I feel like for melanated people, like melanated folks,
Yeah.
look for a south facing home if you want
Yeah.
sunlight all day.
I
Like and I think
especially
west
New
facing too,
England.
right?
New England, our hours, our days are cut short. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of SAD, that seasonal affective disorder. And every season you're like, oh, because
Yes.
your sun is being cut. So those are some of the qualities that you need when you're looking for, your home. And so those are important when you're meeting with your realtor. That you're expressing that and that we're targeting and vetting the right homes and going in to look at them though. But yeah,
Yes, okay. I love that. So
I
I
love.
have a couple questions. If anybody in the chat has any questions, do ask them. Ask them. Okay, so someone asked, "What's a good credit credit good credit score to have?" I need
Yeah,
to put these rounds down.
that's it. So credit scores are the credit scores, it really depends. So credit scores are going to affect your interest rate and they're going to affect your down payment. And depending upon the program that you're going into will determine and I say program because I mean it depends on the type of loan that a lender can get you into will really determine the criteria of your credit score. If I I'm not a lender, I'm a broker. So I want to clarify that that's not my area of specialization. Mortgage loans, but if I had to give a number, I'd say you'd be safe. I mean, I've seen some FHA loans go all the way down to like, I don't even want to say that number. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say 600. If you got a credit score of like 600, you know, then 2 years W-2s, you can go the traditional route. Um, and so yeah, I'll give that number out.
Mhm.
To
Okay.
the safe number.
Right. So I know I have a question. Anybody else in the chat have any questions? Do ask them now. Nasha won't be here for forever on this platform, but you can connect with her afterwards if you
Yeah,
need to. But yeah, ask her now because you might ask a question that somebody else is thinking as well.
yeah.
So don't be afraid to ask. There's no dumb question when it comes to this. Like, it's good to just be informed. I know, okay, you talked a little bit about some of the programs that are available to new homeowners. Now,
Mhm,
I know I've been coming across like these new development loan things where they're getting people to purchase homes in new developments or places that haven't been completely developed yet, like in rural areas and things like that. Um,
mhm.
like they're giving like kickbacks, there's different things with
I don't know about
people.
kickbacks.
Well,
That's not a
I don't, okay. Don't
that's not
quote
the
me,
right word
y'all.
for that one.
Number one, David, don't go nowhere
I don't
talking
have
about
money
Empress
for that.
Ayana said, because they're gonna be like, what?
Like, my
I
whole
am
no
not
baby
a
boy.
realtor. Don't
Okay.
quote me, y'all. Don't freaking quote me. Listen, what is it called, Nasha? Tell me.
No, I'm not familiar with that. So it sounds like you're saying they're doing what is like a rural loan or something or yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I would have to look into it more and reach out to some other brokers and see if they're familiar if they've closed any. I haven't closed any, and
Okay.
so I'd have to check it out for you. It sounds
Yeah, I
what's the
feel like I
benefit? So it's brand new construction, and then what are they?
like they are trying to get
Is
people
it
to move.
targeted
Yeah, like
area?
Yeah, like rural, targeted rural areas.
Okay, rural areas that
Yeah,
are targeted and it's new construction?
yes, and I think like what they already have, they know that they're going to develop in that area. So they're trying to get people
Okay.
into those areas that they know that they're already about to develop.
In
But
Connecticut?
listen, well, I won't say it's Connecticut specific. I don't know
Oh,
if it's a federal program. I don't know if it's a state program. I have
yeah.
no idea. I just know I've seen something in relation to it and, helping people to move into certain areas.
Yeah.
But and
Oh,
giving
let's check
like,
it out and see, and then I can
yeah,
email you and let you know. I'll make a
I
note.
know I would love that. So yeah, make sure you all
Well,
hit
you just
up.
said you like antiquated homes, and now you want a new home, new construction?
Well, no, I'm saying for people who might be interested, I was just throwing it out there because I've heard about that. I'm not saying I want to move there. Number one, let me tell you. Okay.
Okay.
So for me, with the home that I would like, I need enough space between me and my neighbors where I cannot just see them. Like, that's what I want. I don't want where I have to have a hedge like on the side of my house because my neighbor like right there, and they
Yeah.
could just look over and like I'm the type of person I need some privacy, some
Yeah.
good privacy. I need to have enough space where I can garden. I can maybe even be topless. I could sunbathe and
That's
not have to worry. I'm just saying
Let me
for
put this on your
me.
checklist on my
That's a
package.
priority. Yes, it's a priority. Okay.
Client
Yes.
must have topless, ability to be topless.
Yeah, listen. I have to be able to garden.
Yes.
Um, I have to have space and room to be able to grow and develop on that land.
Yes. I
Or
understand.
whatever it may be. So that's important to me. Lots of land, greenery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can a buyer be too picky?
I would say no. I say no because like I said, um, you have to live in this home long after I'm gone. And so you want to make sure it's the right home for you. You're taking out a 30-year mortgage. A lot of times it's the largest purchase you're probably going to make sometimes in your lifetime at one time. You have to think about it. Sometimes I have my clients spending over $250,000, over 250, 400,000 at one time. No, be as picky
Mhm,
as you want. It's your house. You got to live in it. You got to sit in it every single day. Find what works for you and your family. It's out there. It's out there. And what I
mhm,
find when I work with my clients, they know right away because they'll come in the house and they'll say, "Oh, I like that." And that's not your house then.
mhm,
Let's go.
mhm,
It's not your house. When soon
mhm,
as they get in there, "Oh, Nasha," they know right away, this is it. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
mhm.
Or the husband walking around, "Mhm, mhm.
But I
Okay,
have
let's
a
go."
question because earlier you talked about the interest rate and things like that, right?
Mhm.
So, say for instance, if you're in a season where there is an like the interest rate is going up, you know that it's going to happen, it's happening and everything. Would that be something that you would make your buyer aware of? And do you think that these are times to maybe look at your list and think about what you might be all right with, not having or, being more flexible?
Look at my list of so
Like
the
the person's list, their list. Like they might have a whole list of things that they want from, out of their home, but given the time that they're looking for this home, interest
you
rates
can
are
have
not looking.
anything you want. You just gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can
Wh-
have anything. We live here in America, so you can have it. So if you're working in a limited budget and the interest rate is rising, and that rise in that interest rate is affecting your monthly mortgage, that is limiting your budget. And so then I would say, let's reconsider
Mhm,
some of these things that you want, because you're either going to have to go up in your price point to get all those things that you want, or you have to come down in your price point and eliminate some of the things that you want or some of the must-haves as features in the home,
Hmm.
to kind of offset or be in line with what you want your mortgage to be.
Right. That makes sense. I love that you said that because I think sometimes people want more than what their money can give them right then and there.
Of course, we
And and so that's why, I kind of felt the need to even present that particular question, because it's not that you can't have what you want, like you say, but it's about where are you financially at the moment, and you can
right.
always build to the house that you want. It's about starting somewhere, right? Getting what you
Absolutely. And seeing maybe the potential in a home, or seeing a space that maybe, you need some improvements on, and those improvements can come, in time. And so I've had clients who walk into the house and they say, "I don't like the color of these walls." And I'm like, that's a really small thing because it's just a can of paint. If you like the layout of the house, if you like the house has good bones, your mechanicals are good, certain things that your capital improvements that you don't want to do in the next 1 to 5 years. Do you need a new roof? Do you need new windows? What's your furnace look like? What's your water heater
Mhm.
look like? What's the plumbing? What's the electrical? Are the core, bones of a property? Are those things up to code? Well, a can of paint is not it shouldn't be a deterrent in purchasing a home if it meets everything on, your checklist. Um,
Right. And so, I'm so glad you say that. And I think that sometimes too, when people walk into a home, they have a hard time like seeing that home in like where they want it to be versus where it is right then and there, like visualizing and really being
right.
able to, like see what they want for themselves. And some people can't see past like what's right in front of them, and that can be kind of difficult. Those are the people that need more money. You need more money.
Right. And then
So
I
you,
have some clients, I've had, and I find this too, like, I've had some clients where they will spend the money. They don't care. Out They're saying like, I'll spend the money because I want a turnkey property. I don't want to have to do anything when I come in here. I go to work all the day. I want to come home. I don't want to work on anything. So I'd rather
Mhm.
spend the extra 20, 30, $40,000 to have the property completely ready, turnkey when I come in, and I could just walk in and close in my home. I have some
Right.
clients that have been pre-qualified for maybe 400,000, and they're like, "No, I'm only spending 150." My
Right.
no, because they're like, "It's my mortgage. I want a mortgage to be right here,
Mhm.
and I'll
Mhm.
do all the work myself." You know what I'm saying? I'll go in there and I'll rehab, and that's a
Do
strategy.
they right? They like, don't worry about the rest. Like, we got the rest. They just know what
Yes,
they want that mortgage to be. They like have a target amount that they want to spend, and they're not going any higher than that.
right.
And that's respectable, like at the end of the day, that's so respectable.
Yeah.
Um, it was something else that you said, but okay. Oh no. Okay, no, we had a question.
A question,
Can
okay.
you explain how it says a HELOC works?
A HELOC.
HELOC, HELOC?
A HELOC is a home equity line of credit, and so, that's not part of the home buying process. And so we
Okay.
could go way off in real estate. No, so a HELOC is just a it's a home equity line of credit, and so after you already have your house, in place, you can apply for a line of credit on the home. It acts
Okay,
somewhat
hold
like a second mortgage, but it's not. A second mortgage is an installment payment on top of your original mortgage. A HELOC is just that line of credit, and you can draw off of it as much as you need. So a second mortgage, a refinance, you know, you get a chunk of money, and then you have installment payments every single month for the terms. A HELOC is just a line of credit. And you need 5,000, 10,000, whatever they approve you for.
right. Thank you so much for
That's
this.
when you get into your house. So first buy the house.
Oh, okay. You like first things first. Here, take this. Here, go right on the board. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you were talking about the credit score. being 600 in terms of like, the lowest that you've seen um the
Yeah.
bank take. So, okay,
I've
who should
seen them as low as 550, but I don't
you
want to see that because I don't want to
you think it
get.
gets predatory kind of like around that point or something?
I think they're predatory loans. I think was really back, back in 2006, 2007, 2008. You know something? There's a book. Hold on a second.
Okay. We'll be right here, girl.
I say, since we're on your podcast, have you ever read this book, The Color of Law? Let me see.
No, I haven't.
You have to get
Write it
this
down.
book. This is not part of the home. I have to be careful. I literally had to take a pause in reading this book because
Really?
yes. Because it really just talked about. Oh, I don't want to talk about this on this podcast. Just get the book and
Why
read
not?
it.
What? No, if it's about, I think this, you
But
sure this ain't the space for it? Are you sure this ain't the space for it?
this is exactly a space for it, but I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. All right. You're not about to go down that rabbit hole?
It's a very good book, and it really talks about the history of real estate, and it really touches upon some things that it just really blew my mind. And sometimes people think things happened years and years ago, and we have
Hmm.
moved so far forward. And this is like, no, this is like 20, 30, 40 years ago. And it blew my mind. So
Yeah.
I
Okay. So it's
feel
called The Color. Can you put it back up for people one more time?
I think all real
Please.
estate agents should read that too. I'll go on record for that.
Oh, okay. And who is it written by?
This is by Richard Rothstein.
Okay, Richard Rothstein.
Mhm.
See, folks be trying to put us on and give us all the information. They be putting it in a book. They put it in a book.
I'm an avid reader.
So,
Someone said to me the other day, they said there's this thing going around saying realtors don't read or something like that. And I was like, I've never heard of that because I was like, I literally, the kids make fun of me. They're like, you read for fun, mom. I'm like, what?
I don't think you're an average person.
No, I'm
Like,
an avid reader. I'm an
no,
avid
but I'm
reader.
saying I don't think that's average in
Oh,
terms of, like real estate agents and just
oh
people
yeah.
in general, in terms of being an avid reader. I love reading. Like, I love it.
Me too.
And it's funny because I need to start sharing more of what I read with the group. I don't
Yeah.
even be sharing some of that stuff. I be reading about the solar system. I be reading about all types of things.
Yeah.
And
We
I'm
should
just really interested
do a
in it
book
all.
club next. A book one.
A what? A book club?
I know. It sounds so
You
cliche,
want
but
to
I
do a
haven't
book?
played a good one in a while.
Oh no, I think book clubs are excellent, girl.
Um,
Like, that's right up my alley. Do you think we should be reading The Color of Law? What you think?
I think that's a good one, but you know what? I can't because this talk a lot about the government.
You scared? You act like you about to become like, let me find out. Okay.
No, I'm teasing.
I
This book had a really profound
mean, they wrote the
in
book.
the
It's
way
not
that
like you wrote the book.
it's very true.
You just the
It was
messenger.
really profound on the way that I viewed real estate. And it was even more profound because I come from a mixed background,
Mhm.
in the way I saw, my family, like one side of my family and the other side of my family, and the ability to have like upward mobile. It just really, it's just, it's just, yeah, it just really
Yeah,
talks
no,
about
I feel you like
Rashid. Is he still
100%.
on here?
Who? Rashidi?
Yeah, get
Rashidi,
the
are
book.
you here? Check in, Rashidi. Are you here? Are you still here? He be tough. He be stepping away from the computer. All types of stuff be happening.
He's
Let's
like,
see.
this lady's talking too much.
Oh yeah. So. Oh yeah. One sister said because you were saying like get the house first. The person who asked the question about HELOC and she said she bought her house last August. She
Oh,
said, "Don't come for me.
congratulations.
Don't come for me.
Oh,
I'm
no.
asking this question because I have a house,
Yes.
Nasha."
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yay.
I love it. So I don't know
Mhm.
if he's still on or not. Oh, he says yeah. So he's still on. Go
Tell him
ahead.
to get the book.
Hold on, wait. You would do all of that to say that.
To them to get this is It will explain so
Get the
much.
book. That's mad funny.
Yes. And the only reason I said that about the HELOC is because you can get lost in real estate. You really can. It is like this huge thing. Like there's just so many avenues, and I'm more than happy to share anything that I know, any questions or anything like that. So I don't want anyone to feel like I'm coming for them. And I just was like, I want to stay focused on the home buying process and talking about, for us, for me, buying a home, first time homeowners and stuff like that. But no, it's, I get it. And I'm really happy
Yes.
for you, and I'm really
I
proud of
love that.
you being a homeowner.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, this is so good. Okay, okay, okay. So, my last question is, why are you so passionate about new buyers?
Right. This is my target audience. I love working with first time home buyers, new homeowners, um, because real estate had such a profound effect on me at such an early age. I was 22 or 23 when I bought my first condo. And I always say, I was a young mom. I was born and raised in Hartford. And it was just me and my daughter, and we had our 2 bedroom little condo, and it was just us. The good old days, we joke. When her and I are talking, we're like, oh.
Yo, yo.
So, and I would say it had such a positive and profound impact on me. It really gave me a sense of empowerment, because once I turned that key to my own home, I really had a sense of, empowerment, and it really helped me pursue, my professional and personal goals more. And so
Mhm,
that's why I'm so passionate about it. I only could speak from my perspective. My perspective at owning a home at a young age, I was able to grow some equity in the house very rapidly. I'm working with a young buyer now who I sold a home with a couple years ago, and she said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I think you should buy right now." And
mhm,
she bought, and now she's like, I'm relocating, and she's relocating with a nice chunk of change. So
mm,
I said this is exactly where I started from, and then I was able to take that money and roll it into something else, and
mhm,
buy something, and then becoming a homeowner. One of the viewers talked about a HELOC loan. You can get a HELOC loan. You could get a second loan on your home. You have an asset. You get tax deductions when you become a homeowner, and so the benefits of just owning a home and understanding, this is where you live. You take pride in it. It's just a better, for me, I believe, a better
mhm,
quality of life once you own it. And you do have the ability to, obtain wealth. As soon as my daughter came of age, I was like, you should purchase a piece of property.
I love that. I love that you're passing that information on. I love your story about why you're so passionate, because it's not about what you think people should do. It's about what you did in your own journey and how that has affected and impacted you positively, to the point where you would love to see other people be able to feel that as well, and be able to generate and create that generational wealth, basically, that a lot of us really desire. And purchasing a home is a great way to start that process.
Yeah, it's one way, especially if you are not I don't come from a background of wealth. I say I have a very a modest background, which is I grew up in the hood. That's a nice way to put it.
Right.
It's not like I'm able to go to my parents and say, "Oh, I need $50,000 to put down on this home," or, something like that. And so a lot of, people, they have that in their home. And so or they have the ability to do that, and
Mhm.
this is because they or someone in their family has acquired generational wealth, and so
Absolutely.
the next generation has a little bit better, and they're able to draw on that. And so, if you have to be the person that starts it, start it, enjoy the tax benefits, pay down your mortgage,
Mhm.
and get some appreciation and equity in your property.
I love it. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on here to educate, empower, and elevate the people. Yes, Nasha. And you be so ready. You be so ready. You be coming with the energy like, what do it do? Okay. All nice. All nice. And, like, I just
Mm,
love it. And I appreciate you so much
thank you for having
for just being so ready, and like you make my job easier, girl. That's the thing about it. Oh, Rashidi said he gonna get the book, but you make my job so much easier because you come ready, and it wasn't, no coaching was necessary. It wasn't, you just like, all right. And even when I was running a couple minutes like, you was like, all right sis, where you at? All right girl, where are you?
I was like, let's go nap time pretty soon.
You like, let's go. I'm ready. And so I love that so much. Thank you so much. I think everyone also, one more time, tell people where to get connected with you. I mean, of course your information is up there, but in terms of like on social media.
Yes. So my email address, Nasha at realizinghomes.com. My website, www.realizinghomes.com. And the two main social media handles that I'm on are real estate underscore anytime on Instagram. And then Nasha Rhone hyphen dash or Nasha Rhone dash real estate professional on Facebook. So if you type in Nasha Rhone, I'm a very easy person to find. I don't hide behind it.
All
I
you gotta do
stand
is put your
by it.
name in, you pop up.
Listen, right or wrong, I said it and I stand behind it. And so you don't gotta go searching for me. If something happens, something's going on, you can find me. I'm a very easy person to find. So
I love it. I freaking love
yeah.
it. Thank you so much, Nasha. Thank you to everyone
Thank
that joined us tonight. I appreciate everyone so, 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 so much. Yes, it's another successful Teach Me Tuesday workshop. Woo, woo, woo. Everyone, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, Nasha.
you.
Peace.
Bye.